Hey, it's Felice, totally awake, and I'm back with another video. If you're new, then welcome. Now, in today's video, I just wanted us to take a look at this, and I just want to make a point. So check this clip out from the September broadcast.
Our fine shepherd tells us, as our first example, these words at Matthew chapter 24, verses 45 through 47. Who really is the faithful and discreet slave whom his master appointed over his domestics to give them their food at the proper time? Happy is that slave if his master on coming finds him doing so. Truly I say to you, he will appoint him over all his belongings. We know the Master Jesus found the faithful and discreet slave spiritually feeding right-hearted ones in 1919, and at a future time will appoint him over all his belongings. So what's the implication? Obviously, even now, Jesus fully trusts the faithful slave. And all of us, even individual members of the governing body, should do the same.
All right, so you guys heard that. The Jehovah's Witnesses believe that they were chosen by Jesus in 1919. Now, a lot of times, when they say this, I myself and even other activists, I've, heard us talk about the fact that they used to celebrate Christmas around that time. But what about the fact that they were racist around that time? Do you really want us to believe, Stephen Lett, that Jesus chose a racist organization? I mean, it wasn't even until 1999 that the first Black governing body member, Samuel Hurd, was appointed, so-called appointed, okay? 1999? That's a long time. But what about the things that you said in your early literature? You guys, if you guys just Google jwfacts.com racism, it'll pull up a long page and quotes, a history of quotes coming from Watchtower, where they made very racist remarks. First of all, they called Black people Negroes. Black will be just fine, thank you. They talked about how Black people were less educated, and so they didn't really want to give their publications to us as Black people because they felt that they would just be wasted. Okay? There's an article titled Negro, Not a Beast, July 1902. Like, are you kidding me? You actually had to make, magazines to try to tell your members that so-called Negroes were not a beast? They said, while it is true the white race exhibits superiority over any other race is what they said. That was their beliefs. And this was just in 1902. Okay. I mean, this stuff is astonishing. It really is. Like, why would I want to believe that Jesus would choose a group like this? Okay. They also said, and this is what really got me, one of them. They said in 1920, January 7th, the golden age, if the father and mother are of different races, their child may not be fit for brain work. Yeah. That's what they said. So they're saying if you have a biracial child, then they may not be fit for brain work. What? See, there it is right there coming up. The Golden Age, 1920. Unbelievable, right? This is unbelievable. Like, what do you mean their brain may be unfit? They may be unfit for brain work. What are you saying? Like, I can't believe that they would even, the way they used to speak in the Watchtower, I mean, it's very similar to the way they speak now, really. But it's just really bizarre, isn't it? I mean, how bad can you be? This was pretty bad though, guys. This was pretty bad. It really was. Like I said, it's a bunch of quotes, you know. They believe their white skin to be perfect and blacks to be cursed. They said in 1929, it is believed that the curse Noah pronounced upon Canaan was the origin of the black race. So they believe that the origin of the black race was actually a curse, you guys. Like, come on, you got to be kidding me here. You've got to be kidding me. But they're not kidding. You know, this is what they wrote in their literature, and then have the audacity to tell us that Jesus chose this group in 1919. But look at the things you said around this time. Like, even in 1920 is when you said that if the father and mother are of different races, their child may not be fit for brain work. What? What kind of idiotic thing is that to say? Like, but Jesus chose y'all though. Not my Jesus. Y'all is tripping. Let's see. Another thing they did was they assigned the blacks to be assigned. They assigned the blacks to the gallery when they were watching a photo drama because a majority of the whites preferred not to intermingle with blacks. Now, this is what they said in their literature. This is what they said. The majority of the whites preferred not to intermingle with blacks. But y'all was giving the proper food at the proper time to righteous people. How are they righteous when they were racist? They didn't want to be sitting with blacks. What? But God chose this group, though. Now, we know back in the day, it was a lot of racism. A lot of companies, you know, and organizations, we can look back on their history and see that they were racist. And history does matter, you know. And unfortunately, sometimes we still deal with these companies that were, you know, once racist or did something racist. And sometimes we may have to for whatever reason. They may, you know, be our only few options. But when it comes to religion, when it comes to somebody's salvation, how dare you try to tell me that this is a group that Jesus picked and I'm supposed to stay a part of this, knowing their racist background. It's something totally different when it comes to God. And you wanted me to believe that God was a part of something so racist. I won't believe that. Now, in the 1946 yearbook, they listed the number of Negroes members separately. Why did you do that? That's in 1946. And even in 1953, at the 1953 Awake, they said it's safer to marry a person near one's own age, of one's own race, and of similar interests, ideals, and beliefs. It wasn't until later years that they began to say that everybody is equal in God's eyes and all of that, because that's certainly not what they believed in the beginning. They admitted in their literature their feelings on their thinking that whites had some superiority over all races. And I'm supposed to believe that they are the mouthpiece for God. No, I won't believe that. That's an absolute lie. And this is proof right here. This is proof. And it goes to show you that Jesus couldn't have chosen them in 1919. Why? You want me to believe that Jesus racist too? Come on now. So y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments below, okay? It's Felice, totally awake, and I'll be back with another one. Bye.